Have you ever sewn a curved quilt block? It's a fun technique that is maybe even a little easier than it looks. The hardest part might be lining up these curved edges. Typically, we would use pins to do this, which is somewhat time consuming, both in pinning the edges together and also in sewing the seam, because you have to go slowly and remove each pin as you go. When I started sewing curves, the number one tip that I received was to try using a glue stick to baste these edges together, specifically the Sewline glue stick that is meant for fabric. So let's try that today and see how it works. This is the Sewline glue stick. It has a refillable chamber and a lid to keep it from drying out, and you can swipe it on just like you would a traditional glue stick. Now, I'm not quite sure how much to use, so I'm going pretty light. Because this edge is curved, it's quite susceptible to being stretched or distorted, so I'm trying to manhandle it as little as possible. Now we'll just line up our edges, and I'm using my fingers to press the glue together all the way along, using quite a bit of pressure here, and it's not sticking that great. It might, yeah, it's feeling a little dry. Okay, I might need to use more glue than I originally did to get these to stick, but it is sticking when I use a lot of pressure. So we're going to try it. I don't want to use more glue than I need to. I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and see how it goes. Okay, that was a fail. Definitely not enough glue. By the time I got this around to my machine, it was falling apart. Okay, so we're going to just do it again, and I'm going to use more glue. You can see how the blue of the glue is transferring. That's probably what I should have done from the beginning. So I'm just going to re-glue this together, stick it together again, and sew it up. Well, that went way better. That is definitely the right amount of glue. So the one I pinned is on the left, the one I glued is on the right, just for comparison's sake. That pinned seam looks great. So does the glue-basted one. Nope, thought we might have a little bit of a pucker there, but we really don't. Once that is ironed out, that's going to lay really nicely. So I feel great about using the Sewline glue stick. Let's keep going. We have a completely inset oval to do, meaning that the circle goes all the way around. There's no edge, so this is a little bit trickier, but it's a nice big piece, so it won't be too bad. I'm just going to go around with my glue stick, adding a little bit more. As we had just discovered, this is going to work better for us. I am noticing I'm using quite a bit of glue, so just in terms of expense and sustainability, this is going to go through a decent number of glue sticks if you have a whole quilt to do, which I do. I've gone all the way around on my oval, so now let's add in the piece we're going to sew to it. This is a Taralee Quiltery pattern, which I just love because her patterns are so accurate. I feel great about these ovals lining up, and she adds these little markings. You can see where I've marked with marker where the two pieces should line up, so that helps us with a long curved seam like this. That's going to help us make sure that we are nice and straight and distributing that curve evenly. So I'm working my way all the way around, pressing this down as I go, and then we'll get ready to sew it. One thing I'm noticing as I work around is that the glue is drying. It's drying much quicker than I would expect like a school glue stick to dry. And so I think what I need to do is work in smaller sections. So maybe a quarter of the oval, press the seams together, and then apply glue to the next quarter of the oval and continue. So I will do that next time. Here the block is. I've sewn it. I am so thrilled with how this sewed together. It was really easy, and that curved seam looks great all the way around. Here's my finished block. I love this glue stick. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Thanks for watching. I hope you found something encouraging and inspiring today. Like and subscribe for more. I'll see you soon.